recording is fun, but can we just have sex instead? Please.
This is Are You With Me Right Now? Episode 23.
Is it 23?
Yes.
Yay! I'm the same age as our podcast number.
Yay.
Happy fake birthday to me.
Yep. And then mine's coming up.
Well, we're not on episode 97 yet.
Oh, I thought we were getting close.
Not that close, Grandpa.
Mean lady.
You like it. So what's up?
Recording a podcast. What are you doing?
Listening to some guy talk at me. I don't even know who this is.
Oh.
I feel like I had something to talk about this time.
I mean, yeah, I would imagine so.
Therapy was good today. Oh, right. Yeah, we have super good things to talk about.
How was therapy? Let's go there first. Or I mean, I guess, unless the other one leads into.
No, the other one is sex related.
Right.
No, today was kind of all over the place, therapy-wise. It was kind of just a catch-up because last week was so awful. Or last week's session, excuse me. I woke up on time today. I didn't stay in bed till noon. That was fun. I don't know. I feel like I'm coming to terms more with my family dysfunction, in its reality and not just in, stating it. Because last week, we recorded before my last session. My last session was just me crying while telling my therapist all the ways that my father, inappropriately touched me. So that was cool. And while I knew he had done those things, I had never said them out loud in their entirety. And so I sat and, accepted them and really, fully took that in. And my therapist called my dad and his behavior abhorrent, which really helped. Which sucked. We kind of just talked about, how had the boundaries been just a little bit different, all of those things could have been appropriate. And I could have had a really different childhood had he not been so sick. But, it was nice to have some validation on wow, yeah, I got my mind fucked by my dad. I got real fucked with. And it wasn't my fault. So I've been feeling really low, since that session, but that ended yesterday. I've been feeling, back to my normal self and feeling good about things and, wearing cute stuff and getting out of bed and all that and not being super late to work so far. So, all my bosses have been really chill with me needing a little time in the morning, though. So that's been really nice, and I appreciate that a lot. But yeah, so today was less catastrophic in therapy. We just sort of talked about, the truths of my family, and I feel more detached from it now. I feel a lot less conflicted about my dad and about, the people in my family. I'm not, so wishy-washy on them. And we're gonna work towards me not, calling them shitty people, basically. But I'm not even, overwhelmed by emotion about it. I'm well, there's, I don't respect my father as a dad, and I don't respect him as a person. And there's not a whole lot more to it than that. And I definitively said I don't love my dad today.
That's big.
Yes. And these are all under construction. My therapist was we can explore that. We don't have to, because he really thinks that I do love my dad somewhere, but there's really nothing about my dad that I respect or connect to or like. And nothing about him as a father has ever been about me. I really don't have any sort of love or appreciation for the ways that he's treated me or that he's treated other people. And now we're just working on humanizing him because I know why he has treated me the way he has. I know that his family fucked him up real bad, and I know that. But it's still not okay that he took it out on me. So it's a process.
Yeah, I agree.
So it feels definitive right now, but we're just going to keep working on it, and yeah.
I've never heard a lot of good things about your dad.
There are memories that have more positive parts to them, but really even the happy stuff is just grounded in him being really sick all the good stuff is just him wanting me to fulfill him emotionally and like being really excessive with me. They all involve him overspending money on me or being like overly touchy with me and like the pursuit of closeness. So that's fun. But
Yeah.
I feel a lot more detached from it now. And yeah, children are impossible. So yay.
I don't know. She's going through a lot of issues lately. Apparently at daycare, she's like faking sick now because she thinks somebody will come pick her up because my ex-wife came and got her yesterday.
Because she said she wasn't feeling well?
Yeah.
Okay. It seems that she really doesn't like daycare lately.
I mean, she's never really liked going to daycare.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, why not? There's other people there, They play all day long. I don't understand. I don't know what's not to like about it.
I don't know. Has she always been saying it, or is this pretty new? Because I haven't known her for, 3 years. I've only known her for a few months.
Right. I mean, I'd say always.
Okay. And now she's just 3, so she knows she's learning how to get her way out of something.
Yeah, seems to be.
I think it's fairly normal. She's 3, so kids, especially as they enter school, have a lot of separation anxiety. School is a hard time for little kids. And daycare is essentially just her going to school because she's gone all day.
Right.
And if this isn't new, then nothing's probably going on at daycare.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, I don't know. Because she'll usually say, like, I'm not going to daycare, right? Because she wants to hang out and play with you.
Yeah. Yeah, that seems to be the case.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. The first 5 years are going to be a lot of her freaking out because she doesn't want to leave you. I think.
Okay.
Because we just studied separation anxiety actually in one of my classes. And excluding the first, month or so of school, like you can't really, it's in the DSM, there are a couple different disorders, but there are childhood like anxiety disorders that you cannot diagnose within their first month of school because it's very developmentally normal for 3 to 5 year olds to 6 year olds to have a lot of stress around going to school for the first time.
Okay.
It's not her first time, but she is young.
Right.
So I don't know. Let's see if it gets disruptive and then evaluate, but I don't think you should be worried.
But I don't know, it's frustrating. I don't know. I guess maybe on some level I am a little worried.
There sounded like there was a but. What are you feeling about it?
I just don't want it to become a problem.
Let's keep an eye on the ways that she is saying it's time for her to leave daycare. Because she's saying she's sick. I think we just need to keep an eye on, like, what she does come up with for that.
Okay.
Or if those lies grow. But, I mean, again, she's 3. This is when you learn how to lie.
Yeah. Today, I don't know. Today a lot she's been saying that her hand hurts. And I don't know what that means.
Okay.
Because, I mean, she's had a lot of scrapes and cuts lately. Because she's starting to play a little harder.
Did she show you where?
Yeah, and there was a little red mark there. I don't know what caused it. I don't know. They're supposed to write reports at daycare, and we never really get them.
Oh, like the teachers are supposed to give you reports?
Yeah.
Or the caregivers?
Like when they get scratches and stuff.
Kids are still getting used to how much stuff hurts. So yeah, I've noticed that she will say, like, my arm hurts. And I don't really know how to, like, she can't really tell us what happened or where. She's been doing that a lot with me too, and she scraped her ankles when we were scootering while you were at work. She had me put a Band-Aid on like every one of her toys for the next few hours or the next day. I think. Yeah, she was big on like modeling the like, you kiss it. I scraped myself, I pinched it, and it was her stuffed animals and stuff. But oh, he fell. Will you give him a Band-Aid? And things like that. And I don't know that there's anything wrong with that, but the idea that like a 3-year-old is kind of figuring out that they're separate from their parents and they don't really know how to ask for nurturance and they don't know how to ask for your attention. And your kid is a little shy sometimes.
Yeah.
She can be.
Yeah, she can.
But at 3, like, you're starting to differentiate from your parents in a way that I'm sure is very scary for a 3-year-old. And if she wants attention and wants to feel, like, taken care of, I certainly know that's why when I was younger, I would say that, like, I hurt or, kind of not necessarily play up something, but, take any little pains more seriously because I wanted to feel cared for. And you can see that even in kids up to, like, age 10, especially if they're in a dysfunctional family, they'll regress a little bit and act a little younger and want that sort of care. So she may just be reaching out to feel safe. So even when she's asking, like, oh, my stuffed animal hurt his finger, I give it a Band-Aid and I give it a kiss and I ask if it's okay. And you do the routine.
Yeah.
Or I do the routine at least.
Yeah, I do. I mean, I play the game, but I lose my patience when it's 8:30 and we're laying in bed and she's like, I need to use the bathroom.
Yeah, you do have to put your foot down. You're better at boundaries than I am. So I don't mean do it ad nauseum or, until 9:30, but
right.
Do it a couple times and then put it to bed. But I definitely trust that you're giving her the love she's asking for.
I think so. I mean, today we had a good day.
Yeah. It's nice to have you back in town.
Thanks. I wasn't gone that long.
I know, but I missed you.
I missed you too.
I know it.
Yeah, it was a good time though.
Good.
Nothing significant to really report on, I guess. I mean, as far as, my experience there.
Yeah, y'all chilled and hung around a lot.
Yeah.
And that's something you don't get to do and you don't feel super, like, settled doing. So I think it's really nice that y'all just bummed around and just hung out.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, this is a slow podcast. I thought it would be more than this.
It's okay. I'm doing most of the talking per usual anyway. But while you were there, do you want to tell the audience what we did?
Well, I mean, yeah, so this is, the previous topic, I guess this is really my decompression. We start recording like as soon as everything else in the day is done. Like I've finished working and I've finally got my kid to bed. And so, yeah, I guess, sorry, I'm not always maybe fully engaged, I guess. I try to be, but just kind of on that point of, I don't know, you doing all the talking.
Oh, I didn't mean that as a criticism. I love you. I'm just really chatty.
Yeah, I love you too. I was just making an excuse. Not really. I mean,
I know.
It's genuine. I mean, yeah.
I know it. I love you. It's okay.
Thanks. I love you too.
No, I was poking at me much more than I was poking at you.
I don't know. I kind of like that you drive the podcast a lot.
Well, thanks. That's nice.
Yeah. So, what was the question?
While you were away, what did we do?
We talked on the phone.
Uh-huh.
That's about all.
What? It's not about all.
We texted back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
About?
I mean, all kinds of stuff.
We texted about sex.
What?
Yeah. We had sex over the phone. Ah. In response to a previous podcast topic, we had long distance sex, and now he is embarrassed.
Yeah, a little bit. I don't know. It's much easier taking that role via text than it is out loud.
Yes. I see that now.
Whatever.
You got so into it. It was so fucking hot. It was good.
No.
Yes. Yeah, you were like overtly dominant. It was really awesome. I love you.
I love you.
I brought this up because we talked about sexting and stuff being something that's you've not really seen as part of a primary relationship before. So I'm not just trying to
yeah,
make you show your ass on a podcast.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
And I mean, I guess this is part of what they call the Madonna whore complex.
Yes.
I don't know. Freud had a couple of theories on it, but yeah, I don't know. Freud didn't seem right about a lot. Maybe it's just significant, the fact that he was trying to come up with, like, that he was identifying these problems. I mean, maybe that was really his main contribution to psychology, but his science behind it, it doesn't add up to me personally, I know. Mm-hmm. I mean, he was saying one reason for the Madonna whore complex could be like trauma from your mother. Basically the same sort of trauma that serial killers have that makes them just hate women.
Fun.
Yeah. I think my therapist just caught on to this, and I've just caught on to her catching on to me in doing a little studying there, because at one point she asked me if I was angry at women, and that's definitely not the case. It kind of threw me back because I didn't know where the question came from at the time, and I was like, I mean, I thought about it, and I was like, no. But now I know why she asked me that question. That it is obvious now that because of that complex and because of Freud's, not idiocy, but I mean, I'm sure that is a reason for some people to have woman-hating issues, but like they still love, I don't know, they love a woman who nurtures them. I guess men especially really enjoy that nurturement. But then there's also like the lust and the desire and stuff like that. But since, I guess, the depravity even, I don't know, that has something to do with hating women, I guess. I don't know. I don't get it. But no, I don't hate women, so that's not me. That ain't me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Freud is weird as fuck. He's very deeply symbolic. None of his shit is really backed up by research, I would say, but his work is very symbolic and has meaning in that way. Mm. But it's not for everyone, and it doesn't define a lot of people. But for some, psychodynamic therapy really does get out what they've gone through and stuff like that. But I don't see any way that you would connect with Freud.
Yeah, no.
You're not the most symbolic person I know.
No.
No, you're much more straightforward. So Freud is not your guy.
I guess that's kind of what I'm doing in therapy now, is kind of unraveling that. I've started, she called it some sort of map or something like that, but I've started mapping out my relationships. And I think she was a little surprised about all the relationships that I haven't spoken of. But I guess, I don't know how important it is to include like primary relationships along with the underlying like sexual relationships. I'm not sure.
Like the extra relational?
Yeah.
Oh. You asked me, and my take on it was they're very important because, you know, what did you leave your primary relationship for? I know where there were things in the relationship that made you walk away, or something in you in reaction to it, but what were you seeking through your outside partners?
Right.
I think they've got a lot of meaning, but it's your therapy session.
I don't know. I'm really making an attempt to kind of bridge that. Mm-hmm. I mean, I do anyway with you, kind of.
Do what? Or bridge what with me?
The sort of Madonna whore.
You certainly did the other day.
Whatever.
Yeah, you and I are on very extreme ends of that spectrum, whereas I cross that bridge with absolutely no hesitation. That's my whole sexual MO, is I am both. And I like that a lot.
Yeah.
And I like the versatility of the dynamic that I like. And you are not about it. I mean, you like the dynamic, but it's hard for you to see me in that light, I think, sometimes. Or act it out fully.
It is. I don't know what the block is there. I mean, at this point, it's just a little familiar to me.
Too.
Having a, split Madonna whore relationship.
Oh.
But I mean, that's not the core reason, though. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I need to figure out what that core reason is. But I mean, in the meantime, I don't, without even figuring it out, I can do what I can to try and push that boundary for myself.
I mean, did you like doing that?
Yeah.
Yesterday?
I did. And I guess it is a little embarrassing, sure. Huh?
I said, oh.
Well, no, I mean, I mean, just to kind of repeat your comment from earlier about embarrassment, but
Oh, yeah.
But I think that has just everything to do with the Madonna whore complex. And that, like, you are my Madonna. So when I treat you like a whore, that's very, it's degrading, and it's strange. It's just strange to degrade your nurturing partner. I mean, certainly that makes a lot of sense to me.
What does?
I mean, degrading someone that you genuinely love.
Oof.
What do you mean?
That's familiar to you?
That's the hard part, is degrading someone that you genuinely love. Like, degrading them in a whore sort of way, not in like
my bad. I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
just said it was familiar. I'm like, oh my.
No, not not in like
Sorry.
a personal, emotional sort of way. And there is a degradation there. That's what that is.
Mhm.
I think that's obviously my hang up. Kind of. I mean, I pushed that pretty hard last night.
Yes. You did not seem worried about that last night.
No,
Do you think that was related to the medium?
related to the medium text.
Yes.
Yeah, I like being creative like that through text.
And in writing. Just
Right,
in general,
yeah.
I think.
Yes. Because there's a little more hesitation in text. There's,
What do you mean? More hesitation.
I don't know, there's just a different way that you're able to deliver the punchlines and the, things like that, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And it's not real time.
Right, exactly, yeah.
Gotcha.
And text is close enough. I mean, it is, close enough to real time, but, and I suppose text makes it a little more fantastical as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just to sit in a room and say those things to each other seems silly.
I guess.
I mean, a lot, I would say most of them it would be pretty silly.
The thing that makes bridging those two concepts appealing to me, not just the versatility, because I mentioned that earlier, but the fact that they're not mutually exclusive to me. Like, I like degradation that is possessive and sweet. If you're going to call me a whore, I want to be called, I want you to call me my whore or my slut. What a good little slut. With positive and like possessive and like on the more loving side of calling me names.
Yeah. Yeah. You corrected me one time.
Yeah. There were a lot of adjectives in there. I'm like, oh, but I'm sweet too, right? You love me.
Yeah.
I don't like straight up name calling. It's gotta have it's gotta be tempered with cute.
Okay.
Or with sweet. That's just who I am. And then, I like being a little girl in a kink related relationship where it's inherently dirty to be, your boy, to call your boyfriend daddy. That in itself is already a little closer to the whore side. So there's a little of, they mix. There's a little of each in the other for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think either side is without its nurturing.
What do you mean?
Just what I just said, that,
Either side?
yes, Madonna whore. Little girl slut.
Oh. Yeah, but you do the nurturing thing, though.
Oh, I mean, from you, I'm seeking nurturing in both ones, even though they're very different. Like, they both have the essence of, like, sweetness and, like, your nurturance in there. Or wanting it. Sorry, that was confusing.
Yeah, and that makes sense, but coming from my angle, it makes sense from your angle. It does not make sense from my angle.
Or what doesn't make sense and why?
Maybe it's because I had a good relationship with my mom and I wouldn't say those things to my mom. I wouldn't do those things to my mom.
Okay.
I'm kind of speaking hypothetically because I'm not 100% sure that's it, but that could be a reason. Sure. Makes sense to me.
Okay. So you're still sitting in the theory.
Yeah. I mean,
which is okay. I wasn't there. I want to make sure we're on the same page.
Right. I mean, that is true, but is that the reason why I find it difficult to say those things too? Because my mom was my primary parent. My dad was around. And I guess we got along well enough. I mean, I don't know. A lot of my memories of him were just a little overbearing.
Oof.
I was thinking about that yesterday. He, I don't know, I guess it was 96 or so. And, whatever year Jagged Little Pill came out, 95. It was 95,
Same.
96. And, yeah. And, Alanis Morissette, Jagged Little Pill.
You and your Alanis Morissette.
Yeah. That had come out, and I enjoyed it when it came out. I was 9. And
oh wow.
Yeah. Because it's a good album. But he remade me a tape of it with like any songs that had any sort of cuss words in it. He like cut those songs out completely. I don't know. It just felt like, all right, thanks for giving me the shit version. Not the shit version, but like the
way to censor it.
Yeah, I mean,
I see why you don't like PC.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, not like it's, oh, duh, you should like it, but I see where that came from very early.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I mean, Dad was always about like, well, you can't watch MTV because they have condom commercials and Beavis and Butthead.
God forbid you use protection.
Yeah, Dad's fucking stupid. He does not think.
But abstinence is what all the kids are doing.
Right.
It's keeping them from getting pregnant, right? I don't know where it comes from originally. That's, I guess, just keep doing some digging and keep me posted. But because on one hand, it's really not like normal to call your future wife most likely a slut. But it is a thing that a ton of people are into. So I don't know where the line between this is like slightly deviant versus, you know, when is it normal or abnormal to not want to do that? And I don't know. But I don't know. Like, I kind of want to make sure that you were okay with doing that with me and that it's not like mirroring your past relationships and that like it feels unhealthy to you that we did that, or I don't know. I don't know what like bringing up that memory in an overt way feels like.
What memory?
To you. I mean, memories of like texting non-girlfriends and having like side relationships like that.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that feels like anything to you.
No. Not in that sort of context, no.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I mean, I enjoy it. Yeah, I liked it. No, it didn't feel unhealthy. It felt healthy. I was glad we did it. I mean, I am glad we did it, you know. It's hopefully it's a boundary push. And obviously it was based on our interactions today.
Mm-hmm. Wait, what do you mean? Oh, I think I know what you mean. Can you tell me? What, like our texting about it?
What?
What do you mean based on our interactions today?
Yeah, just being more open about the daddy thing.
Yay! I know, you made me a cute thing. I love it.
I know.
So much.
Yeah, your reactions to those things are really cute. I enjoy them, and I know you don't get a lot of time to really be little, so.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I love when you take ownership of the daddy.
Yeah. It's uncomfortable to talk about.
Yeah, I feel that. Thanks for talking about it on a podcast.
Yeah. I don't know why it's uncomfortable to talk about.
It is inherently uncomfortable. I've been a part of a community for a few years that does not find it uncomfortable.
Years?
Yeah, like online. I've lurked around BDSM community for years and made posts and not like made friends, but I've definitely read a lot of content on there. I've commented a few times and like found people who liked it. You know, I didn't join the kink community until about a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
And my boyfriend before that was my first kink relationship. And it was like shitty and unhealthy, but and even since I dated the guy, you know, 2 boyfriends ago that like sucked at my life, which was fun. I knew I'd liked what I liked since I was like 18 or 19. I had a threesome when I was 18. It was not good, but we were exploring. And I showed up in like lingerie and heels, and the other 2 were like, "What are you doing?" It's like, "Oh, is this not what people normally do?" And then, yeah, my big college boyfriend, He was not down for being called daddy because he had a daughter, but I really wanted that and he wouldn't do it. And that's fine. Like, live your life. You don't have to be kinky. But I started wanting that and like actively trying for it multiple years ago.
Yeah.
And I found it through Reddit.
Yeah, the daughter thing seemed to be, it sounded like it would have been an issue at first, I guess.
Yeah, that was a concern.
Yeah. But, I mean, no. I mean, those two worlds are separate.
Very.
Yeah, I mean, they're very compartmentalized, so.
Very much. And I do my part to keep those very separate. I would never involve your child in something like that.
Well, yeah.
Obviously. So, and now I get to, and I don't know, because I'm really goofy around your daughter, and I feel like I relate to her and to other kids really well, one-on-one. And I mean, that's why I want to work with kids, is because I am just a big kid. But when I am that way with your daughter, it's not like bleeding into that world at all. You know, I like what I like partially because I am very childish in a good way at heart. And I'm very young and excited, and I can relate to kids like that.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
I want to just make sure we all know that those are very compartmentalized, and they all, you know, one flows from the other, but it's just kind of who I am as I'm little. And there are lots of facets to it.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember I was at a sleepover with some friends, some girls from the community. We had a little like dress up party. I did their makeup, and we put dresses on, and I had a tiara on, and I sent you a picture. And I was wearing a pretty pink flowery dress, and you're like, I think I can get on board now with being your daddy. I'm like, yes.
Mm-hmm. I remember that picture.
That was early.
Yeah.
That was the same night you called me about Joe Dirt at like 3 a.m.
Really?
Yes, that was the same sleepover.
Hell yeah. It's a good movie. We still haven't seen it.
I know it.
It's
Are you
time.
gonna yell at me about it?
Yep.
That's okay. I deserve it.
It's good.
Well, thanks for doing it with me. And I think I find it important that we do that because it sort of integrates. I think it's a step towards integrating the Madonna and horror for you.
It is.
And that, you know, you can get all of this from a nurturing primary partner. Because I really like those things too, and I don't want it to be where either of us has to, you know, feel that we can't fulfill all the things we like with each other. And they don't have to be two separate halves, they can be a whole.
Yeah, you're just saying that because you want to be my only girlfriend.
Duh. Yeah, good job. Reading comprehension skills just leveled up. It's exactly what I want, thank you. You can have one big titty goth GF at a time, and it is me. Dude, that Kiki gif you sent me and said Daddy loves Kiki was the cutest fucking thing. It was so cute.
Good.
It makes me feel very warm and like, it makes me feel really cute and little and small when you bring up daddy stuff first, like before me. Not like I, am unhappy to bring it up or say daddy first or whatever, but I think it's so sweet when you fill the role like that and feel it's yours enough to, start a conversation about being a daddy.
And last night you really, took ownership of that role, and you were saying a lot, it fulfills me to be your daddy. I'm lucky and happy to, be your daddy, and I get a lot out of it. And you providing that for me. And that was very sweet and very intimate, and it was really nice for us, or to feel that you inhabited that role so fully and really loved it. Again, not that I don't normally feel that you love it, but it was very sweet. So thanks.
You're welcome.
And we're gonna be a Ghibli family for Halloween.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm so excited. My little Gigi is so cute.
I like it. Where'd you find that? So you got a Kiki outfit. Did it come with shoes too?
No, those are my little black flats. I just got a blue dress and a little Gigi, it's a little gun stuffed animal, so it doesn't suck. And a little hair bow. I bought them all separately because I'm too tall and like I don't trust, cosplay Halloween costume kits. Like, no. The dress is a bit short, but I do like it a lot. And my broom is coming in on Monday. It's a little 3-foot straw broom. I just fucked around on Amazon and got a Halloween costume.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I usually and historically have given like negative shits about Halloween. But I'm so excited to take her trick-or-treating and dress up with you guys, and it's going to be awesome.
I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
She'll be a little pocket-sized Princess Mononoke.
Yeah.
With that necklace I'm about to get her. Yeah, it'll be fun. I look forward to doing holidays and stuff with you guys.
Yeah, holidays are fun with her. Yeah. I have a new appreciation for holidays. I mean, I guess I always have. I mean, not always, maybe. I have certainly recently, at least since Mom died for sure, but probably before that. I don't know. I mean, one of the reasons is just I really enjoy the food that my family prepares. They're really good cooks.
True.
And that's where I get a lot of that from. I have a family of good cooks, so.
They taught you well.
Yeah, I agree.
And I am an absolute slut for Christmas. It is my favorite time of year. Because that's when my birthday is, and it's just, I don't know, there's something about that time of year that I love very much. Even though Christmas has never been, like, great in my family, it's still something that I feel very at home in. So I'm excited to get to share that with your kid. And with you, because I know holidays are not exactly your fave.
I guess the time is difficult because of losing my mom. And, she's probably the most important family member in my life. I really enjoy Mother's Day with my brothers. That's my favorite thing. I mean, that's probably the most important holiday to me, just because, I mean, yeah, my mom, but also just getting together with my brothers is something that's special. We don't really get to do that enough.
No, I love that you have a big family. That's really unfamiliar to me. And they're all very sweet to me.
Yeah.
I get the feeling your brothers really like me.
Yeah.
I like them a lot. But yeah, having family Christmas or family Halloween, maybe I'll give you back some of that, like, spark with holidays. And I know not to say it could ever replace your mother at all, but it might make them a little easier for you and give it a different sort of, warmth.
Yeah, probably.
Because getting to see your kid be super excited about those things, dude, I could like pee my pants thinking about how excited she's going to be. It's vicarious.
Yeah. Yeah, so just to kind of change topics, I guess, one of the things my therapist is having me do right now is try and think about what I've learned from each of my many relationships. I haven't done much thinking about it, really, just because I'm bad at homework.
Therapy homework is hard.
Yeah, I mean, homework in general is not easy.
Yeah. I say as I have 3 papers due on Monday. Before Monday, excuse me.
Have you started any of them?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I started the one due tomorrow. Shut up, okay? At least it's not due tonight.
Yeah, true.
Because I'm really good at starting stuff day of, so I'm doing better.
Yeah. Speaking of, I'm going to say like probably one last time that I feel bad that we can't go see your new favorite band coming up.
Same. But
yeah.
I brought that up in therapy, in that I had a really like emotionally regulated response to that, and it was super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but you also genuinely understand my perspective too.
Yeah. And I knew as soon as you said you'd have your daughter on Sunday, I'm like, that's going to be the extra straw. And there were a million other things going on for you now this weekend that made Sunday way too chaotic. But
yeah,
I knew you would really miss your kid, and that there's not a lot that pushes you to give up a day with her.
Right.
So I figured when you said you had been asked to keep her, I'm like, okay, we're probably scooting towards not going. So, I mean, I'm really bummed. I really want to go see them, but going on a Sunday night, especially alone in the middle of my graduate semester, is just not exactly the most feasible thing anyway. In the words of Jean Belcher, my life is worse than everybody else's, and yes, I'm including starving children, so don't ask. I deliver quotes like a 9-year-old boy.
Like a Gene Belcher?
Yes. He's 11, okay?
Oh, excuse me, princess.
You're excused.
Sorry I'm brain dead.
That's okay. I'm also really tired.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, you've been moving a lot lately.
I guess so. It feels normal again.
Uh-huh.
I've got a lot going on right now, but after tomorrow,
it's not
it'll
very
be...
organized either.
No, it's not. And neither is I guess neither of the projects I'm working on are extremely organized. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I feel a little scattered. Mm-hmm. I do feel better about my job. Sometimes I worry that, like, I don't know, sometimes just for no reason I worry that maybe I'm not doing enough. And not that I really feel like I could be doing more. I don't know. I mean, it's summertime. Like last summer, like I barely went to work.
Yeah.
So my direct superior, she really thanked me today for stepping up because she's been out a lot. I think my head boss, she's just from the discussion that you witnessed today, I just feel better about the whole thing that she's kind of in the same boat that everybody else is. It's, we're really just shooting in the dark here with the project that we're doing together.
Yeah.
It's funny that she likened it to throwing a birthday party and kind of having
a kid's birthday party.
Yeah, having the sinking feeling that nobody's going to show up.
It was really funny.
I got my kid a balance bike.
Yes, I'm so excited.
We rode it a little bit today. She's I don't know. How do you teach a kid how to balance a bike? I guess I'm trying.
No idea.
Yeah, today I just shoved her down the road, and when she fell over, I picked her up and shoved her again.
How do you fall over on a balance bike?
Only joking. So the balance bike is made to kind of like kick off with your feet, and then it's got 2 little grippy bars that you pick your feet back up on. So yeah, it's kind of made to coast on, really.
Okay.
Yeah, like you get some speed going with your foot, and you could coast down a good hill on the thing.
So it's probably kind of like your scooter. She was moving on that fucking thing.
Was she?
Yeah, she was going down hills, and in the course of like 30 minutes we were out there, she had started picking her foot up for longer. She was going down hills faster. It was awesome.
Oh, good.
Oh, yeah.
I think then it's just going to take some time for her to get comfortable on it, and maybe for us to find some good little hills for her to, slope down then. That makes sense, because, a hill can be fun. You don't have to do as much work.
And you get the liking for, the result of learning to ride your bike, basically.
Yeah, the thrill itself.
It motivates you, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good. I'm glad you told me that.
Good. I think I meant to tell you that earlier, but I forgot. But yeah, she liked it. She's so funny. We had so much fun that day.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
You and I didn't get a lot of time together, but it was super helpful for me, for you to help take care of her that day. I really appreciated that.
You're welcome. I love you.
I love you.
Yeah, we have some fucking fun together. She's very goofy.
Yeah, she is. She's a lot of fun.
And I'm really goofy too, so we end up being really dumb together.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun today because I was pushing her on her bike, and at first it hurts my back because like everything's so tiny.
Yes.
But eventually I was holding her instead of holding the handlebars. And I feel like that gives her a little more control. So yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to practice with different things and see, what seems to work the best, what gives her the most confidence. Mm-hmm. And what's the most fun? Really, I just wanted to have fun.
Yeah. I think she's already too big for her other bike.
Could be.
That might be part of why. I was talking to my sponsor today. We had lunch. And she was saying, yeah, she might be getting too big for her bike, and that might be part of why it's so hard for her to pedal.
It could be.
Also, she's 3 and, like, motor control is hard. But
yeah, I think that's the big thing. I mean, I don't know when most kids learn to ride bikes.
I don't know. Usually they start with, like, tricycles and big wheels and stuff. Probably around 3 or 4.
Between the ages of 3 and 8, with an average of just over 5.
Oh, okay. So she's a little early, too.
Yeah. Teach your child to ride a bike in 45 minutes.
Absolutely not. That is inaccurate and unrealistic.
It says you just shove your kid down a hill, and when they fall down, pick them up and shove them again. Look at that.
Dude, that's how I learned to drive a car on the highway. It was the worst. My dad took me down 3 major interstates.
Mm-hmm.
I'd never gone over like 20 miles an hour before. He just shoved my leg down. I was like about to cry. It was so scary.
What happened?
Where I'm from, there are lots of major interstates.
Yeah.
And around his house, I was 18. I was a late learner. Like, I didn't get my license till I was 18, so I guess I was 17 when this happened.
It makes sense with your parents.
Yeah, and also I just didn't really have any reason to start driving, you know. I didn't really go anywhere. I got picked up from marching band practice, and I rode the bus to school, and it was not a huge deal. So I drove the second half of my senior year, but that's about it. It just wasn't a huge deal to me. So my dad was like, it is time for you to learn how to drive on an interstate. And I said, oh my. Because I had driven like 40 miles an hour, maybe. I don't remember how high I'd gone, but it was not interstate speed. And I'm pretty sure I got on the highway, and all these interstates connect, like you can get on and off each other in a big old loop. And I got on the highway at like 45 miles an hour, and my dad shoved my knee down so I would go over 60, and it was terrifying. For an anxious kid who had a lot of panic attacks, it was a really, really poor parenting move. Anyway, don't push your kid down a hill, guys.
I mean, that's how birds do it.
We're humans.
So?
We're more evolved, okay?
I guess. Yes, obviously. Anyway.
That's about all.
That's about all. Peace out.
Peace out.